We give glory to our Heavenly Father for His kindness, for His mercy, and for His favor. Today is another new day with new opportunities, and the strength of the Lord is with all of us to make something great out of today. Still discussing Psalm 23 on the new theme, Shepherd Leadership. Shepherd Leadership. Yesterday we talked about two functions of the leader as it is seen in Psalm 23. The leader provides and the leader gives rest. Today we're going to look at two other reasons or two other roles, two other characteristics of the leader as it comes out in Psalm 23. The first is that the leader leads. The leader leads, confidently leads. And the second is that the leader renews and restores his followers. The leader renews and restores his followers. Let us read Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall pursue me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So in verse 3, we read that the leader, who is the shepherd here, God himself, Jesus, the shepherd king, restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his own name's sake. So he leads me beside still waters. Of course, from verse 1 and 2, we also learn about the leadership role of the shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. So he leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness. One of the major roles or ways or characteristics of a leader is to lead. It sounds like a tautology, but that is how it is. The leader is supposed to lead. You see, when the shepherd takes his flock outside to the pasture to feed them and to give them water to drink, the shepherd goes before the sheep, and wherever the shepherd goes, the sheep will follow. It is not the other way around. The shepherd does not go behind the sheep and drive them to go. No. He rather leads. And when the shepherd is ahead of the sheep will follow wherever the shepherd goes. In other words, the shepherd leads the way. As leaders in our homes, as leaders in our churches, as leaders in our workplace, as Christians who are called upon to provide leadership to the world, we are supposed to take the first step. There are many people who will say that I am teaching you the way to do it. Don't do it the way I do it. So the person does not set any example. The person does not show you the way. The person says, do it this way. This is how it is done. Go ahead. Leaders must be examples to the people they lead. So he leads me beside still waters. He leads me in a path of righteousness, means that God himself, as the shepherd, as the leader, goes the way he wants us to go. So as parents, as pastors, as leaders in our workplaces, we are supposed to go the way we want our followers to go. Our character, our way of doing things should be an example so that they will follow our footsteps. But the question is, do we lead a life that we are so confident of if people want to go the way we should go? You remember Paul? Paul could confidently tell his followers, imitate me as I imitate Christ. Can we ask people to imitate us? Can we ask people to follow where we are going? Most times we know that where we are going, we are heading into a ditch. And it is better we don't allow others to follow us so that they don't also fall into a ditch. Are we leading with confidence? There are some of us, our confidence is very lacking wherever we are. We cannot command, we cannot show authority in the group that we lead. We always feel frail and vulnerable, and we are always leaving things for people to decide what they should do instead of we, the leaders, helping the situation to be handled effectively. The leader leads confidently. He knows, he learns to do the right thing and knows that what he's doing is right. So he's confident to ask his followers to follow him. I am not talking about the type of leaders who, even when they know what they are doing is wrong, they will insist that it should be done in that particular manner. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about a leader who humbles himself and learns and is lean towards the direction of God and does the right thing, learn the right things, is so democratic such that his people are willing to follow him wherever he or she goes. So the Lord is our shepherd. He leads us. And we as shepherd leaders must also lead the people who follow. And when God leads, he renews and restores. He restores my soul. He refreshes my soul. You know, in this life that we live, there are many things that weighs us down. There are many things that saps the energy out of us, and especially the people that we lead. When the challenges are becoming enormous, when the going gets tough, they get de-energized. Their enthusiasm wanes down. And as leaders, we need to renew them and to restore them. Help people. When people in our group, when people in our home, when our children, when the people who fall under the group in which we lead are so down, their energies are down, they have no enthusiasm anyway to go along in life, we as leaders need to renew and restore them. We need to provide resources and materials once again here for them to come back, to have their confidence again, to have the ability to go ahead in life again. As leaders, we lead and we renew and restore. May the Lord help us to be leaders who lead the way and not leaders who go behind the people. May the Lord help us to set the right example for people to follow. And may the Lord give us that strength and the ability, that wisdom to be able to restore people, to renew them when they have fallen away in the fold. Remember when the shepherd is leading the sheep and one of them goes astray, he goes to look for them. When they get injured, the shepherd will have to dress their wound and to restore them to good health again. That is your work. People will be tired. People will lose energy. People will come to a point where they think they can't go anymore. It is that point that the healing function of the shepherd comes in. You restore them, you renew them, you give them confidence, you give them courage, you encourage them, you push them forward, and things will get done. Your children whom you lead will have the confidence to go through in life. The student that you teach, the church that you lead, the congregation members, wherever your leadership role is being exercised, When you are able to lead the way, set good examples, and then renew and restore your people, things will go on successfully to the glory of God. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you, give you his peace now and forevermore. Let me hear from you, your comments, your prayers, and we will be in this ministry together. See you another time.